What kind of trade proposal is this? I gotta break down this rumor because I'm seeing this hypothetical trade package with these New York Knicks shipping away Karl-Anthony Towns, and I have to give you guys my opinion on this, and I also really want to hear from you guys in the comments if you would even consider a trade like this. Let me know. This was a mock trade on Bleacher Report, and there's a lot of people talking about this right now in the NBA world. Could the New York Knicks be making a splash trade ahead of the trade deadline? Because the one thing I will admit, Leon Rose is never satisfied. When you think that he established the roster and we're ready to have some continuity here as the New York Knicks continue to progress and get better and better under Mike Brown, he seems like he just loves to make these trades. I mean, the Karl-Anthony Towns trade last year before the season came out of nowhere right before training camp begins. We're shipping off Randall and DiVincenzo for Karl-Anthony Towns. He trades for Mikal Bridges in the summer, traded for OG Anunoby before the deadline a few years ago. So as we all know, Leon Rose is active on the trade market. So in this video, I want to break down this rumor. There's a hypothetical trade package on the Bleacher Report website. I'm going to link it down below in the description. If you guys want to check it out, if you would be interested in this type of trade, let me know in the comments. Let's get straight into it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, folks. On your way into the video, the New York Knicks are playing really good basketball right now, but the unfortunate thing I wanted to say real quick is the injuries are catching up to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson is out with an ankle sprain. OG Anunoby will be reevaluated in 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. His hamstring continues to be a problem here. I think that's like, what, a second or third or even fourth hamstring injury since becoming a New York Knicks. So hopefully OG can be healthy when it matters the most. That's all I care about, if these guys can stay healthy in the playoffs, because that's really all that matters in my opinion. So let's get into this trade situation. It's very interesting. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, you know who's packaged in this trade. It's basically a cat for Anthony Davis from the Dallas Mavericks, but there's a lot involved in this trade. So let's just get into what the Knicks are getting. Anthony Davis from the Mavericks, and this is a 3-team trade, including the Brooklyn Nets. Again, a hypothetical trade that some people are just trying to have some fun with. Jaden Hardy from the Mavericks, Brandon Williams from the Mavericks, Dante Exum, rights to some players overseas, and then some trade exceptions. The Knicks are giving up Karl-Anthony Towns, Yabusele, Tyler Kolek, Pacome Dadier, Ariel Hukporti. I mean, this is one of those blockbuster trades that I'm just going to be straight up with you guys right away. Makes no sense for the Knicks. It really does not. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I know the philosophy of this is, okay, maybe the Knicks on defense is not as good, so you're trading Cat, who's a defensive liability, for a guy that can be a defensive threat down low and be an offensive threat in Anthony Davis. But let's be honest, folks. Anthony Davis, you talk about the injuries that we're already having issues with Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. Why are we trading Karl-Anthony Towns, who's actually very durable, for a injury-prone player of Anthony Davis caliber, and you're trading away the entire youth? Like, this is one of the worst trade packages I've ever seen. I mean, no offense to the people who wrote this article, but this is why I wanted to make this video, to give you my opinion on this, because this is nonsense. I really feel like the Knicks would not do this, number one. And I like Cat. I mean, I would love to get your guys' thoughts in the comments about Karl-Anthony Towns. Now that Jalen Brunson's injured, you're seeing a new version of Cat. On Friday, he put up 30 points in the first half against the Miami Heat. Let's see what he does moving forward without Jalen Brunson. But I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns, he's getting comfortable here with the New York Knicks, and I would just not feel comfortable trading him away. I feel like, you know, getting him here last year, and now he has a full season underneath his belt as a New York Knick, and now this is his second season. He's getting comfortable. He's getting comfortable, and he's an offensive threat in a very heavy offensive league that I think the Knicks are going to be smart to keep long term. But I do know that Leon Rose is never satisfied. The big trade, if the Knicks do make one, it's for Giannis, but I don't think that's even happening either. I honestly am on the wavelength of simply keeping the band the way it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think this Knicks roster, the way it is constructed right now, is really good, and I think it is good enough to contend for an NBA title. I understand that Leon Rose may find a unique way to upgrade the roster, but why blow up your star in Karl-Anthony Towns and trading away your young guys for Anthony Davis and other players that can fill out the bench as well? I like the continuity. I like the development. I'd rather keep even Tyler Kolek. I like him. I think that he's a guy that has upside. I don't want to trade away Tyler Kolek. I know Pacome Daddier and Ariel Hookporty both are not really showing their really flashes here in terms of potential. And I understand you're also getting some guys in return from the Mavericks, not just Anthony Davis, but some other pieces that could be enticing here. But at the end of the day, man, this makes absolutely no sense. And they talk about it from the Knicks perspective. Why would the Knicks do this? And it basically breaks down that the Knicks are a defensive liability with Karl-Anthony Towns on the court. And now, is that true? Yeah, but I think OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, all those guys that have enough defensive ability, and not to mention Mitchell Robinson down low, like that, it's not that much of a liability. And the defense for the Knicks are not as good as they were in previous years. But on the flip side of things, their offense is absolutely dominating right now. I mean, the Knicks are putting up, points that we have not seen before. They put up 130-plus points in 4 of their last 5 games. Like, that is a record-breaking thing that we're seeing here with these New York Knicks. So, trading away and blowing up this team at the deadline makes absolutely no sense. I had to make this video to break it down because I felt like, when you're a Knicks fan and you're looking around, you're seeing all these rumors and all these hypothetical trades, it kind of drives us a little mad, which is why my angle of this is simply don't do it. But I had to bring this trade package up for, because I feel like some people are wondering if the Knicks are going to make a trade, and I'd love to ask you guys that. Are the Knicks going to be aggressive ahead of the trade deadline in terms of buying more players off the bench? But the problem with the Knicks is they don't have any cap space to really acquire people without trading off some of our own. So I don't feel like it's likely. The whole Giannis Antetokounmpo thing that happened in August where the Knicks and Bucks were talking, and I really don't think that's going to happen. I think that's a far-fetched thing, and I honestly don't even feel like we have to. And let me know if you agree with that. Are you content with the way this roster is assembled? I hope Leon Rose can just stop with the aggressiveness and just believe in what this team is. I think that he's assembled a very good roster on paper, and I think that we're showing here that even with injuries that we're suffering now early on in the season, we have the depth necessary to be able to go out there and win basketball games. I mean, Landry Shamet, what he did on Friday against the Miami Heat was unbelievable. A career high, given the opportunity off the bench, and just took it and ran with it. We needed somebody to step in for Jalen Brunson with him down next to Cat. Who would have thought it was going to be Shamet? We thought it would be Bridges or Anunoby who got hurt, but it was Landry Shamet, who is an absolute flamethrower, plays with a lot of energy, so shout out to him. Jordan Clarkson, as well as playing phenomenal basketball off the bench. Josh Hart had a triple-double. So the reason why I'm saying this is there's no reason to give up on this team early on in the season if you're Leon Rose and blow it up and go get a guy in Anthony Davis who's up there in age, has injury concerns, and I feel like continuity is one of the secret weapons in the NBA. When you have a squad that's plays together for multiple seasons in a row, you start playing different basketball. And I think you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, for example, they've had multiple years of building their culture, the way they do things with SGA and Chet and Williams, and that entire roster was assembled, was built. They didn't blow anything up. They made one trade for Caruso, and I think that is a championship type of mindset, is keeping the guys together, having continuity, right? And I think the Knicks, they have that right now. We're in year 2 of this core. Why blow it up in year 2? Give them a second season to build each other up, get each other, in rhythm with one another. And the cool thing about the way the Knicks roster, the way it's assembled, is nobody is a pending free agent anytime soon besides Mitchell Robinson. Cat is locked up long-term, Brunson, OG, Bridges, I think Josh Hart, maybe his contract's coming up soon. All of these guys, they're locked up for the next 2 to 3 years, and that's a championship window if I ever saw one. Having control of these contracts is very, very important, and I think that the Knicks, as much as we want to go out there and try to win a championship this year, which is the hope here, I think that the Knicks are only going to get better and better as this season, next season, the year after that. They are in a prime window of these Knicks players, are in their prime. So I am saying a gigantic no to this trade. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. Maybe I'm seeing it in a way of nah, Richie, the Knicks should do this if it does present itself. Let me know in the comments where you stand. Big shout out to Sleeper, as always, for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. Use the code Knicks for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Huge shout out to the guys over there at Sleeper. Don't forget to use that code and use the code Knicks for a 100% deposit match up to $100. I'm out of here, folks. Let's go, Knicks. Let's keep the vibes high with these injuries. And I'm out of here. Comment your thoughts. Let's go. Peace. Peace. I'm out.